Okay, so we know uh, that the universe came out of nothing, and we know, uh, you know, how the Big Bang came about. But the question is, what caused the Big Bang? I'm about to blow you guys' mind. All right. So, say like if we find out how we evolved. So, like if there was an alternate species way back then, whatever you want to call it, Martian pre-humanoid, right? And then they developed by themselves through natural processes, through different elements that we don't even know, different chemicals, atoms. Because people say, well, okay, if aliens caused the Big Bang, well, what created the first alien cell? And people says, well, it had to be God. Not necessarily. If if things came to evolve through the whole universe, doing its thing, through constant bombardment, through constant explosions, I mean, chaotic. Space is totally chaotic. I mean, seriously, we could be struck by a meteor. We could actually, in meteors, have come down to Earth and actually did kill this person. If you ever watched the episode, um, Thousand Ways to Die, a meteor came and killed this guy in a party, just killed him. It's a true story. So once again, I can defeat all your God theories. Things are constantly random in space. Things are always constant bombardments. I mean, if you're in space, you will be you have to be very lucky to dodge the meteors and comets. Just constant fluctuation, constant randomness in space. Just boom, you know. And if a person can be killed from a meteor that came down to Earth on an episode of A Thousand Ways to Die, it's a true story. The guy was at a party, the meteor just killed him. Boom, out of nothing. Um, then this shows that there's no supreme being because the supreme being has to have a purpose. It just wouldn't just start killing people all of a sudden, and people just don't die all of a sudden. People die for reasons or unknown reasons, or such as the death of Paul Walker, or or people dying of cancer, or babies born of cancer, or whatever death it is. There's some kind of explanation that might seem like it's unknown, but unknown can be to the form of randomness and variations in some sorts. Just like I said, in process of evolution, natural selection is real. It's just that the randomness comes with the mutation. So, um, and that just proves I just proved that there can be no creator even from the beginning of the universe. You know, things the universe came through a whole natural processes of constant bombardment, explosions, or if there was an ancient species that had to do something with it, then maybe had a galactic conflict and cause this unnecessariness, this explosion. Um, so, of course, God is the easy answer. It kind of makes sense, but if you could expand your brain even further, you really have to think hard, and you could find out that it could all have been with no God, and from the person dying from the meteor that just came to the Earth, which is, again, true story, just killed the guy. From constant bombardment, comets exploding all around space, from tons of galaxies, planets, over billion years that are unnecessary. You know, if you truly think God's the purpose, why does God create all these planets that we cannot not even live on? We would die. There's no way you can live in Jupiter, as well as Neptune and Venus. You know, it's and and people think that deism is a good answer because people just can't comprehend. Their brain is not so big; they can't comprehend how all this can occur with no supernatural deity. See, the truth, you know how the saying is that truth is stranger than fiction. Indeed it is. The truth is indeed stranger than fiction. And it's a mystery we will solve. And it's not necessarily something mysterious. It's just how the universe formed through billions of years. It's in that. Or you can possibly we'll find out. Only we can find out if the panspermia theory is corrective. We had to go to other planets and see if we find either ancient fossils of existing species of whatever, I don't know, or but the panspermia theory still has relevance because once again Mars had water long time ago, and water has life. So there's some reasons why there's probably no God that had anything to do in the universe. So people think it has to be something that created it. Not necessarily. Creation came through itself, from the universe itself, and that's from the beginning. Because the universe didn't always exist; it came to exist. People said it had a beginning, and if God is eternal, the universe would be eternal. So these are some answers to why there's still no God. And even deism wouldn't be right. So the question is not what caused it, is how it was caused, more likely. What caused it means God, but how it caused means the thing it caused through billions of years, through the atmosphere, through the natural process of the chemicals of that pre-existing atmosphere, the pre-existing universe. That's what caused it. Now that makes more sense if you really think about it, even from a deist perspective. You really have to use your brain. It's very hard to comprehend, of course. Billions of years. How can you, right? But you really got to think it out. And that's why science always will overcome religion. Anything supernatural. And still, once again, there's nothing ever been proven supernatural. From ghosts, demons, even the Christian hell, or any hell. I just defeated your gods right there. Blowed your mind. So yeah. Now, the question about other life. So I just explained no God. The question about other life. So if Mars had water at one time, that means there was some life. Now it could have been just it could have been fish in the water. It could have been some kind of just microscopic organism of some sort. That's what it was, and actually what they found out a couple of years ago in the Mars meteorite was a fossil, was an organism embedded into the Martian meteorite. Now I think it's a good idea to keep spreading deism videos, which I'm going to do, because that's better than theism. Because theism is bad, causes fear into people with fear of hell, and that's not good. We don't want people to be in fear, and so I think spreading deism videos is going to be good. Maybe the society, if they won't become atheists, at least they'll become deists, because to them that would make more sense. But to a really hard thinker and expander, and really think this out, of course, atheist is the best stance, such as Dawkins suggests. So yeah, let's go back to the ancient species. So if we go to other planets and we don't find anything of even fossils or some form of life, then that means there probably was no life. Um, Probably in the whole universe. But that would be hard because we have to go to all the universes. But it's possible there could be no life, because if the Big Bang, they say kill the dinosaurs and the dinosaurs are extinct. Well, even and we can't find fossils of some of the things because it's so long ago. That means even in the space at that time that those species were killed by the Big Bang. So and that's why people say, well, you'll never know until you die. Basically, death would be, how you were born? You don't even remember how you were born. That's probably how it is with death. You don't even know you're dead. There'll just be extreme oblivion. You don't even know. You'll be dead, just that. Just like it is, death. Okay, and of course, there's never going to be any God or Jesus coming down from Earth. It never will happen. Don't quote me on that. It never will happen. And so that means there is no heaven or hell. That's it, man. That's the truth right there.